Hello everyone, and welcome to my first tutorial for the Asylum. I'm going to teach you basically how to make a simple TOS style Nacel, but I'm going to do it the opposite way around. Really, it's just a cylinder with some other bits added to it, but because the other parts are the hardest bit, I'm going to start with them first, just to get you all going. So first things first, try and make sure your views are as followed: top, front, left, and perspective. Okay, first thing I want you to do is click on your left view, go to view up top, viewport background again, file, select the image I uploaded to the 4 rooms, go to aspect ratio, match bitmap, and lock zoom/pan. Okay, now that will give you that. Down at the bottom corner you've got a maximize viewport toggle. So basically you can now zoom in, as you can see. Okay, remember this is basic for what I'm going to try and explain to you. So first things first, we're going to go box and start with the hardest bits first. So scroll that across to there. Make sure you got a little bit of leeway. There we go. Now we're going to do some cuts along this anyway, so just bear with me. Okay, that, and I lost it. Can you actually believe I lost the damn model? Sorry about that, guys. Just bear with me again. Okay, we'll do this differently. Click and drag to the end of the stylus, like that. Extrude it just a little bit. It doesn't matter how much at the moment because it really is going to be changed at the end. So back to the view again. Length, we'll go for 3, and right click, convert to poly. We're going to drag these across the middle, so we've got the middle 2 selected on each side. Select uniform scale. On the y-axis, drag it up to give you a sort of border. Now, this is where it's going to start getting a bit tricky. You've got your border that I wanted you to have, so now we're going to go to maximize viewport again to give us all 4. Go to perspective, click on the end of perspective, so we're going to go to polygon tool, click on the end, make sure you've got both bits selected. Keep in mind you need to see this, so drag that view across and zoom in a little bit. Okay, now click on extrude and come back on yourself until you are there. Okay, then select uniform scale on the Y again and bosh. Now, just to give it the actual effect we're looking for, we are going to keep the polygon tool selected. No, we're not. We're going to go to vertex and just move these two in a little bit more on the y-axis. Okay, now with the polygon tool selected, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you see, if I click there, it comes up full. So we don't want that. We're going to go back to vertex a minute. Go down to, scroll down the bar here until you get to slice plane. As you can see, the slice plane goes right across. We don't want that. We want it at a different angle. So, on the x-axis, rotate it. As you can see, it's not perfect. So, if you look down at the y-axis on the bottom, you can see it's turning at every single one. So, undo that. Up here, you've got angle snap toggle. Click on that, and that will do it in a 0.5. So much easier. 90 degrees on the Z, as you can see. Whack. Right. Okay. Now what we're going to do is click on move, or up there. You can either right click, move, or up there and move. Click on your y-axis and bring it down just so she is there. Slice, and you're done. Now to the easy bit. Polygon tool again. Select that bit that was missing. Extrude. and go for, we'll try 1 at the moment and just see where that brings us to. Go towards your model again. Don't know about you guys, but that looks good enough to me. How about that? There's your first part of your nacelle done. Now, just for the easiness of it, we're going to thin it out a little bit. So we're going to select all these, and we're going to go to move, and drag it so it's thinner. There's your basic first shape. Now, the good thing about this bit is, the next one is exactly the same, but even easier. So, first thing to do again, box. You should actually still have exactly the same settings set up as last time, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. If you keep your front view selected as well, you can see that they're not the same size, so you just want to go move it till they're both in the right place. Poly. Drag the top 2 up. Right, okay. Now, back with these, we need the borders again, so drag them up on the y-axis. As you can see, the top one's changed dramatically, so we're going to do that singly. Move tool, drag it up. Right, there we go. Time to add the border again. 1, 2, extrude, and we did it by 1 last time, so we're going to do it by 1 again. 1.0. Done. Now they need to be in the same place. So we're going to select just the box 2. Click off your polygon tool. Drag that over. Now, as you can see, you've... Okay. That's interesting. We've lost our work we did in the first one. Simple enough. If you follow my instructions, that shouldn't have happened to you. Extrude. 1. Okay. Thank you. Poly. Back to there. Line them up. Okay, so now you've got your innards. Pretty simple, wasn't it? Next bit to do, I suppose we could do another little box. We don't need to worry about the length segments this time too much, so we're going to just make a simple size of it. Take that down to 1. But we do want 1 width on it, so full screen on the left view. Zoom into it. Right click, poly, vertex again. Shrink that down. Drag that one over to give you the right shape you want. Back out the view. Make sure it's aligned with the rest of them. Like so. And then just to give you a look what you got now. So it really is simple. It gets a little bit harder when you start to clean it all up. Now, what's first? We got the tubes, and the box. So we'll go back to the box, shall we, just for now?